A little bit of a hiccup there.
It's time to go for our tester outer sail. We're sailing good, bad, and ugly. 3 years ago, we bought our boat off Craigslist for $5,000. I'm Kristen, and this is Matt. We are known to break the rules and do things a little less traditional. Hit subscribe to join the adventure. Thanks to our patrons for keeping us going. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU. If you didn't see last week's episode, I said this. We should be sailing very soon, if not next video. I don't want to say that though, because you never know what could happen, and I don't have any wood to knock on.
So, shortly after saying that and prepping our boat to leave and doing all this work so that we can finally sail, Puerto Rico kind of closed down a little bit for boating. Recreational boating's basically shut down. So that's kind of a hurdle we have to get through. It's not completely shut down. There's just no taking your boat in and out of the marina and things like that. You can still ride your jet ski for whatever reason.
It's locked down.
It's locked down.
Locked down.
Locked down. But we think that it's going to be okay for us just to go out on a real quick sail today and test our rigging, test our new systems, just real quick, test our autopilot, because, I mean, if they're going to let jet skiers go, they got to let us go too. At the end of the day, we're not going throwing a party, we're not hurting nobody, so hopefully it goes well and there's no problem, because we have some exciting new gear to test out. We got a brand new head sail and I can't wait to try it out.
It finally came in, guys, and nobody's stopping us from whipping this out. That's really inappropriate. I didn't mean to say that. Nobody's stopping us!
We're whipping it out. Alright, first things first, before you go sailing, you want to make a quick checklist. Your boat may be different, so some of these may not apply to you, but they definitely apply to me, so I'm going to give you some quick pro tips. Know how you love them. Number one thing we like to do is go through our list and just mark off things that could be a problem while you're sailing, because you're going to be focused on the helm and not what's going on inside your house. So one of the things that we do is we turn our water supply completely off when we're on a sail, and the reason we do that is because we have swinging cabinets, and one time when we were sailing, busted my butt carrying jerry cans, filled the whole boat up with water, and then while we were sailing, this drawer flew open, something flew out of this, hit the handle, and then the water's just running the whole time. And basically we were completely out of water, the bilge was full, it was kind of a nightmare, water got on the floor because we were so heeled over, so it was a pain in the butt. So what we always say, turn the water supply off before you plan to sail.
Alright, next on our checklist, we turn our gas off. It's just a safety precaution. If we go on longer trips, I just turn it on before I cook, but we don't want a gas leak, we don't want things to blow up, so we go ahead and turn that off for safety.
There you go. Okay, so another thing that we have to do is our fridge. We have to power that off, get everything nice and cold and frozen in there the day before and power it off, because if it is to tilt over 30 degrees, it can damage the compressor. If that compressor were to kick on while we're tilted, it has something to do with the fluids inside. It could mess it up and break it. So while we're sailing, we turn it off. If we were going to do longer passages, we would just put this on the floor mid-ship where it's not really going to probably get over 30 degrees unless we get knocked down. And if that happens, we won't be caring about our cooler anyway. We'll have bigger problems. So that's another thing we do, is we turn off our fridge.
One of our final things we're gonna do is, we actually don't do this every time, but we have to pull our anchor up a little bit. It's been down there, our other anchor. You've seen in a previous video we pulled up our hurricane anchor. This is our other anchor, and it's dug down really deep after all the hurricanes it's been through. So we're not gonna be able to pull it up with our hands. We're gonna have to go down in the water, or he's gonna have to go down in the water and pull it up.
Yeah, when I was pulling up the other one, I had a chance to look at this main anchor. This is our main anchor? It's our main anchor. And I had a chance to look at it, and it's deep, deep under the mud. We went through some 70-mile-an-hour winds here through hurricane season, and it's pretty deep. So I'm gonna have to go down there, dig it out. Not really excited about it, but you gotta do what you gotta do, because the windlass damn sure ain't pulling it up out of 3 feet underground. So I gotta go get it now. Alright, you guys are in for a treat today. So fully geared out, I'm going to show you guys how to do the perfect backwards dive in. Ta-da!
I don't know if I'd give that a 10. That looked like it hurt.
Alright guys, give me a score, 1 through 10. Had a little bit of a hiccup there because the viz was absolutely horrible. So what I do, guys, when I'm chasing down my chain or having to do anything really underwater where you have to find something, you drop a tool or something crazy like that and the water's milky, I take a clip and just a float jug, a empty gallon will work. Obviously if you want to use a buoy you can do that too, but I just had a little simple carabiner. I go down there and I clip it to the chain. That way when I come up for air I don't lose where my chain is. You'll spend hours looking for that chain over and over again. You'll get all turned around, you'll be swimming back toward the boat. So take a clip and a float and you'll be able to always find your chain, rest and do all that stuff, and then when you find your anchor you'll be able to find that every time. You pull in your anchor, you can't get it undone, you go up, follow your float back down, it's going to save you a lot of time. So I was happy with the old CQR's performance during hurricane season. It was way underground. The hook of it was up to here. I had to go all the way up to there for the mud just to pull it out, so it was kind of tough. Had to take 2 drops to wiggle it out. Held really good in the mud, but now, did I say mud butt? Held good in the mud butt. It held really good in the mud, but now it's time to pull it up and see if we can get some sailing done.
Alright guys, after many months, it's time to go for our tester outer sail. Let's go!
This night is over, I will guide you home. All this time you thought we'd never pay the price. In the game of love you have to roll the dice. My heart got 7 years to life.
Sailing again, Bay.
Hey man, it was nice and smooth. Sailing off anchor was pretty easy. Man, I cannot tell you how much easier it is to pull the anchor up without that giant head sail all down on the deck next to me. So easy just to pull the anchor, sail out. All that happens in like 20 seconds when you have a furling system. So put the big head sail out, the jib. It's a 135. It seems a little bigger though. I'm not exactly sure. It seems really big. I can't pull it all the way with my hand. I think we're only in like 12 knots of wind here, a little bit gustier at times. But it's a big sail, it's nice. We're pushing into the wind pretty hard here, and I'm pretty stoked about it. It's so much easier to handle, easier to tack. It balances so much better now as well. Pretty hyped about it. For my cutter fans out there, I have a stay between the mast and the forestay. A stay sail goes there. With a sail this big, it's a little bit hard to get all that sail past it without something getting stuck. So I think what I might have to do next time I'm going to attempt it is to furl maybe, I don't know, half of my head sail, and then it should pass through a lot easier. So we're going to try that out. I know what I'm doing, it's just that's a big sail to get past that extra stay.
You sure you know what you're doing?
Definitely not a self-tacking rig.
Alright guys, it wouldn't be a GBU sail if we didn't have some rain. Is this the waterman's trick?
Don't call me Jethro. Alright guys, so on a previous episode you may have seen that we got an autopilot. A friend of ours from the channel sent us one of their old ones that they were going to go throw away. They got a new one, so they sent us the old one. It's a wheel steerer. It's a little bit underpowered for this boat. The boat's a little bit too heavy for it. So we're just testing it out today, giving it a try, and so far it's giving me mixed results. It seems to steer upwind a little bit more, seems to be the problem that I'm having. So if any of you geniuses out there, any of you autopilot experts know what that might be the problem, let me know. Maybe my compass is in the wrong spot or something like that. So if you know, let me know, please.
There's a rainbow right next to us. I've never been this close to a rainbow.
What do you mean you've never been that close to a rainbow? She's trying to say she's never been that close to a rainbow, but I disagree. Because last time I checked, I found her right at the bottom of one. Because she's my pot of gold.
No.
I used to work for Hallmark.
Inseparable, we were closer than two of a kind. The bond was almost palpable, solemn oaths with our blood that were signed. But time
Okay, well, I'm sailed off anchor today, and I'm getting a little crazy. I think I want to sail back onto anchor too. A little crowded in the cockpit. Look coolly out here.
He's dead.
He dead. He
so
dead.
You don't want to turn on your engine at all today?
No, I don't want to turn on my engine at all.
I guess we'll see how this goes, ladies and gents.
So I furled in my head sail, which was great. Super easy to do. Those things are awesome. If you don't have one, get one. Hank-ons are lame. Yeah, get the furler. Hanks are lame. Unless you're Hank of the Hill, Hanks are lame. Unless you're Hank Williams Jr., Hanks are lame. Get a furler. That thing is like, I'm going to say this, almost fun. It's almost fun to sail with a furler.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, so I have that furled in. I'm going to go in just under my main. Wind is really, really light, so
we're just going to slow-mo it in.
Slow-mo it in, throw the anchor down. Hopefully I don't bumper boat anybody, and then that gonna be that.
After they shut down boating, it's literally the quietest quietest anchorage I've ever heard in my entire life right now.
You don't need an engine, no. That was pretty painless in the right conditions. It's good to have an engine though. Yeah, quick, painless, that was pretty easy. Pretty much right where we were before.
I'm pretty excited. That was a pretty nice sail. It does matter to have a furling. It was pretty easy. How many times have we ever sailed off anchor and then sailed back without turning on the engine?
To be perfectly honest with you, never. But my boy, I got inspired though, because my boy Cuba Libre, if you're watching Cuba Libre, you inspired me to become a better sailor. This guy has a 36, 37 foot Hunter. It's a newer one, but he comes in just with the main and man, he sails around our boat, like light winds, heavy winds. He just goes choop, 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 and just keeps
everywhere
and talks to us, comes right next to the boat. Like, it's a big boat that he's sailing. It's not a little dory or anything like that. So he inspired me. Once I saw him doing it, I said, you know what, if Cuba Libre can do it, I can do it too. So thank you, sir, for inspiring me to become a better sailor. But yeah, the conditions were pretty good today. I was excited. It is so much easier just to furl the sail up to like power down, because we still dealt with some squalls today. And man, you just literally pull a rope and you're powered down 30% in like 20 seconds. No going up, pulling a sail down, putting it back up. It was crazy. And the rig felt really solid. No creaking. It wasn't too creaky. And man, it was great. I really enjoyed the sail. The crispiness of the main. When I went to anchor, I just cut the main halyard and it was heavier, so it all kind of fell down right into the lazy jacks. Everything just went perfectly today. This is the day that makes you want to say, oh yeah, let's sail around the world.
Sailing, yeah, sailing's awesome. This is the day where you say, we love sailing.
Beautiful day, not crowded. So it was great. I had a lot of fun with it today. Today was a good day, and I needed it because leading into next week, I'm pretty nervous. You nervous?
I'm literally shaking in my jean skirt.
She was nervous today because of the work that I had to do. But
the rigging. I was nervous about the rigging.
But a real man knows the work that he did. I knew the thought that I put into it, so I knew that all that was solid. And I knew that it was at least better than what we used to have. So I wasn't worried about that. But next week, what we're doing, I'm nervous. Something I've never done before.
Make sure you guys subscribe. You're not going to want to miss next week. I'm scared. I might even close my eyes, but I think I'm going to have to drone it, if that gives you a hint. And let's just hope we don't make big money problems for ourselves.
Oh, Lord.
Alright guys, make sure you like this video and comment down below, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.